A few weeks back, I had the pleasure of volunteering at an amazing initiative in the Suan Phang Mountains, Ratchaburi, Thailand. Our 3-hour journey started at Bang Su Grand Station, Bangkok, and ended at Shannon's place, so that we were all together for an early start the next morning. This was my first time meeting Shannon, but she's an amazing human being who's also the founder of the Children of Tomorrow project. She was born in El Salvador, but grew up in the Bay Area, California, and later moved to San Antonio, Texas. Shannon is also the co-founder of a non-profit organization called Blessing Bags, an initiative who helped the homeless communities in San Antonio, Texas, by distributing meals and care packages. But first, let's learn more about the Children of Tomorrow project.
When I first came to Thailand, my friend came around the same time, and we were trying to figure out how can we help people here in Thailand, because we have a nonprofit back home where we help the homeless. Thankfully, that's not a problem here in Thailand, at least as big of a problem. So we were kind of shifting, trying to figure out what to do. And then we got connected to Sister Mirna. She is like the head of like the orphanage and also refugees. So we're like, perfect. Let's get planted here. Let's pour into this community. So I applied for a grant to have money to start a camp, and I won. So once a month we go to the church in Swang Pung and we put on a summer camp for the kids. So you'll see we'll have like art, English, math, sports, and it's just a way to pour into an edified community and love on the kids, love on the people there. And yeah. Oh, amazing!
Sister Myrna arrived at 7 a.m. to take us to camp. We loaded the songtao with resources like rice, oil, and games, then began the hour drive to Suan Phang. Along the way, we stopped at one of the villages to pick up some of the kids. These villages are home to Karen families, illegal immigrants of Burmese descent, who were forced across the Thai border by Myanmar's military regime.
Hello.
The kids here are so full of life, despite their living conditions. There are no iPhones, laptops, and sometimes even no shoes. But the kids really know how to make the most of what they do have. We started off with introductions, as there were quite a few volunteers this month. This was followed by a fun icebreaker game, similar to musical statues. However, when the music stops, you don't want to have possession of the little white ball.
Hello, I'm Teacher Michael.
I'm Teacher Jay. Do you want to play a game?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
Circle. Pause.
As you can see and hear, the kids really enjoyed this. After the icebreaker, we then split up into our individual stations, which, as Shannon mentioned, included art, English for adults, English for kids, and sports. Shannon provided us with a bag full of crafts, pens, pencils, crayons, paper, glue, and much more. Then it was our job to come up with a fun and interactive activity that the kids would enjoy. We had a few helpers at our station, including students from the school that Shannon teaches at. This camp was truly such a great experience and brought people from all different walks of life together.
Alana, do you need a whiteboard? Big whiteboard. It's like 2 spare ones.
No.
You'll be okay, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you
no
so
problem.
much.
Alana found this cool craft idea online, so we decided to make a quick example for the kids to follow. It actually ended up taking us a few attempts to get it right. Once we figured it out for ourselves, it was time to show the kids.
Lots of colours like this. Yeah? So you can draw and we will help you cut. Okay.
I was a bit worried that the kids wouldn't find this as exciting as our earlier games, but to my surprise, they were extremely engaged and we ended up with a whole army of alien spaceships and some other things. Little paper aliens. The kids have made so many. I think this is Alana's. It's so cute and wholesome. The kids are having a really good time. We've got loads of supplies. So I'm going to show you guys the other stations and what everyone else is getting up to.
Hello. Today we're on Sports Station here in Swampum. And as you can see, if you take a look, we're playing a little game of beer pong without the beer. So the aim of the game is to hit down all of the bottles, and they have 1 throw each to do it. And they're doing very, very well. They seem to enjoy it, so take a look.
I definitely didn't anticipate how much fun the kids would have with such simple resources. There's such a huge contrast between the kids here and kids back home in London, where I'm from. This is the English for Adults station, where some of the locals can practice their English through the use of pictures and simple phrases. There was a huge language barrier between the locals and myself. Burmese is the official language spoken in Myanmar, but there are up to 111 different languages spoken there, so my limited Thai vocabulary wasn't cutting it. To my surprise, the language barrier actually had little impact on our ability to communicate and interact with one another.
I really know the amount, right, of the kids, so I have to guess and bought it. Yeah. So I hope it's enough. So actually, for the first step, I actually give them the picture, right? So I just explain what is what. Like, I just act it out, and later on, I just make them draw. And some of them draw very well, actually. I'm going to show you.
The English for Kids station was pretty similar, with more of a focus on imagery.
Yes.
They do.
I think some did really, really well.
After a while, it was time for a break and some refreshments. The more seasoned volunteers gave me a heads up that some of the kids will pretend that they didn't get any snacks so that they can have seconds and thirds. I made a mental note, knowing we had limited resources. Oh, too close. Wait. Hi, Pop Pop. After the break, we went back to our stations until it was time for lunch. We reset the station for the next batch of kids. This time, it was the younger ones, and they really, really enjoyed this too.
One for you. One for you. One for you. How are you? One for you. Oh, thirsty? Water? Oh, where did we get? For you. คนสวยได้ของรางวัลเพียบเลยคนสวยอ่ะ
After a long afternoon in the blazing heat, it was time for lunch. Sister Myrna is from the Philippines, so we got to try this traditional dish of adobo chicken and rice. It was delicious, and there was more than enough for everyone. Sister Myrna also got everyone ice cream, a parting gift as the camp came to an end. I hope you've enjoyed learning about this amazing project and that it inspires you to give back to a community in need. If you would like to volunteer or find out more about other ways to show your support, you can contact Shannon directly via the Instagram account shown in the description. You can also check out the links for the Blessing Bags website to make a donation or for more information. I'd appreciate your support by liking this video so that more people will see it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.